Hey my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel and the first ever episode of my Enchanted by Nature series. If you're new to the channel, my name is Willeke, but I also go by Go White on all of my socials. And I am so excited to start this. I initially had planned to do this about a week ago already, but Enchanted by Nature came out the day before my birthday, and I didn't have the time to fully finish this up. Then I had my wisdom tooth on my left side removed, so I had a little bit of pain of that as well, where I wasn't able to do any voiceovers or any filming. But we have the series out now, and I'm in a different building. However, I am so excited to start this because I have made two sisters. I've shown a little bit of the machinima as well with the backstory as to why they are here. And basically, these two very opposite sisters, they are here because their grandma, Pearl, who has recently passed away, she died by overexertion. She was a paranoid sim, and she basically, in her paranoia, she got so emotional that she basically died from it. So she has now stated in her will that she will leave a fortune of 200,000 simoleons. So 100,000 for Clover and 100,000 for Ivy to her granddaughters if they are able to find out the heritage. So where they come from, why the family left Innisgreen centuries ago, and why there is always this pull of going back to Innisgreen, because their grandma wanted to go back to Innisgreen, but she never actually was able to. She was too paranoid to travel, and she always had a good relationship with Clover. Clover loves the outdoors. She's a cheerful sim. She's a plant lover. She's romantically reserved and clumsy. She always loved to help her grandma in the garden, to help her grandma take care of plants. It's also why she has become a florist, because she loves plants so much. And she is thinking about Felix Miller, who is a sim I will introduce a little bit later. But she always talked to Clover about this pull to Innisgreen, never really being able to go to Innisgreen. So she hoped that Clover and Ivy as well, because she didn't want to leave Ivy out, even though her and Ivy had less of a relationship. She always wanted for both of them to find out what she never could. So they have now moved into this rental home that I did build. Their dad is already coming over to ask how they're doing. So we're gonna invite him in. We're also gonna give him a residence key. But they're now here with the idea of helping their grandma out. Ivy, she didn't have that feeling that her grandma had of wanting to know about the heritage. She she's not a bad person for not wanting to fulfill the condition, for thinking that it's a little bit unfair to put a condition there. In her idea, it's more like, why is grandma forcing me to do something that I told her I never was interested in? So she feels like her grandma is ignoring her wishes and what she's feeling rather than listening also to some of her thoughts. So that's something that we will slowly explore. In terms of Ivy's traits, because we've already gone over Clover, Ivy is a bookworm. She loves reading. She was bullied as a teenager because of her ADHD. She didn't always feel like she was able to fully express herself or to stay in like the zone and to connect with Sims. She was also a little bit of a hothead. So in that case, she really turned to books. She found something in books that she didn't find with people. You can also see that she is struggling with charisma. And besides that, she is a genius and a romantic. She is also a gifted writer. So she did join the freelance writer career, and we're actually gonna give her a gig, which is going to be, which one are we going to give her? I think she would proofread I think she would proofread online submissions. I don't think we're gonna do like immediately like the high paying jobs. We do have a bit of money, but I don't want to like build up our money like immediately and we just have tons and tons of money. This is the house. I did build it for a video which went live last Tuesday. I did make a little bit of an edit to the rooms using a bit more custom content. I kept most of the look, but I just added like some here where I found that the fairy look was a little bit too on the nose for Clover. So I just gave her this palette bed, this nice like little look, and I kept most of it, but just toned it down a little bit in terms of the fairy style. And Ivy, this was like originally a kid's room. Ivy is not a kid, so I designed this room in her style, which is a lot more, a lot different from like Clover's more girly vibe. And then we have here, this stayed the same. I just added these custom content paintings on the wall, which I did like, as well as I added a picture of them of kids, which I do believe that Clover would have actually brought with her because she liked it so much. And then we also have Ivy's laptop over here, which I am just gonna claim. And I'm also going to computer security lock computer for everyone but Ivy. So in the end, we do have it here. They're not fairies, they're humans. I do want to like explore the pack with them. I haven't really done any gameplay. I've seen some videos, but I haven't really seen much of the gameplay as well. So I do just want to see what the gameplay is, kind of explore it. So for now, we are just gonna settle into the home. I do think we're also gonna go into town because we're in the center of the coast of Abmore. So we have like some of the things here, like we can go swimming. We have some of the lots, like the gnome museum. I believe there's also some lots in here that are actually clickable. Let me see, because I haven't even, like, this is the first time for me to like see this world. I do know that apparently there are certain objects in the game that are placed in the world where you can, for example, like this one, they act like stores. So you can click here, you can read the captain's quarters policies. If you have fish, you can sell it. If you don't have fish, but you are living off the land, for example, off the grid, or you're using the nature's living skill, you can buy fish here as well to eat. You can also fish around, because there is some we can forage here, but there's also a lot of other things we can do. And then there's also stores, but I'm not seeing them in this world, so it might be in the other like parts of the world where you have a bookstore and where you can buy groceries. And I actually kind of want to like explore those kind of things as well. Here we just have like some homes. We have a home over here, which I believe is like more of a family home. I haven't seen like where all of the families are living. We have another home over here. Then we have the museum, but I don't think we have like any other lots that are... Oh, here we have one. Shop for groceries. So I do want her to shop, like after she chats with her father, I do want her to shop for groceries, as I do want them to buy like some stuff that, of course, Clover, who loves nature, she is going to grow those. And for now, their needs are looking okay. Ivy is just reading. She loves to read. She wants to be mischievous. She also wants to do something romantic. She does have... So Felix, who Clover does have a little bit of a crush on. That was something that they were from teenagers. She always thought that he was good looking. Felix is a DJ living in Semi-Shuno. He's actually somebody that they knew from their high school. I'm just gonna buy some stuff that we don't have or cannot get easily. Let's see, strawberries you already have. Let's buy just some bottles of milk. I think this is the meat that we can buy. I think we don't have a basil. Just some cheese and some egg, even though we can get eggs from our dad and our mom, because they do live in Hanford and Bagley. They do have some chickens. Plant milk, in case we make any lactose-free dishes, some parsley. I think we only need 1. Plantain, we're gonna get strawberries, we already planted, and then let's get some sugar. So we are gonna spend some money, but we do get some stuff. Maybe we'll just slowly build this up to have like our own cows as well. We do have some area, so maybe we should get some chickens and some cows. But Felix, I wanted to showcase, like, he is a DJ from Samashuno. He lives in that Samashuno, and he's actually from their... They're not lovebirds. He's from, like, their high school. He was a little bit older. I believe he was, like, 1 or 2 years older than Ivy. And he was one of the few people that she would actually be able to build a relationship with, that she had a friendship with, and in the end, she and him became woohoo partners. So they're not in a romantic relationship. They're not really like going out together, but they just love having some woohoo together. Clover, she doesn't really have any friends. I do want to make some friends, but also if you lovelies want to send over some of your sims that they don't have to have custom content. If you want me to give them a custom content makeover, also post it with the sims. But use the hashtag, I'll put it on screen right now, hashtag GoWhiteSims. If you want to upload some sims to there that I will have featured in the series that will be acting as friends, frenemies, enemies, or just sims walking by, let me know in the comments down below and post them. I will check probably in 2 weeks time I will upload, as I have 4 different other series, so I will change it like every 2 weeks you will have an episode, and then for the other series you will have it also every 2 weeks. So by the next episode I will check to have your sims added. If there's any uploads, I will add them to the game. So if you want to do it, let me know and I will gladly add your sims to the game. In the meantime, she's already chatting with somebody. We have this little park area, and who's she talking to? I maybe need to turn my headline effects off. Or on. Because I did turn them off for the machinima intro. Who do we have here? We have Elric de Murray here, and she's talking to Gerardo Sherwood. And then we have the little gnome stand over here. Ooh, order Num Num specialty food. It's not really specialty food. It's not really anything special. Why don't we, because she's out in town, she's trying to like see a little bit about town. She was shopping for some groceries and she was just a little bit wandering with her groceries. Why don't we do a friendly introduction to Glen Gnome? And we will ask him about the Num Nums menu. Just see... Oh, don't fall. Don't have it. She has an instant instruction. Okay. Well, we're just gonna see if there's anything that we can already learn from him about Innisgreen. Like, she saw behind the stand. She's just gonna say, like, hey, is there anything you could tell me? Anything that might be, like, we just moved, might be good to know. And it says, a Num Num offers a very niche selection of food and drink. Masterfully curated by Glen Gnome to present the favorite foods of gnomes from all over. This menu was created in wistful homage of the helping and tender bond that can exist between sim and gnome kind. So she's probably gonna think like, okay, gnome kind, this guy's just really into gnomes. Maybe he dresses up like gnomes. Maybe he seems himself like a gnome. But we're just gonna check if there's anything special that we can do. She's a plant sim, so she can discuss plant rights. But I hear tales. Okay, we're gonna hear tales because that's a new interaction that comes with this pack. Trade item. Oh, so if we have anything, we can trade it? Okay, I believe that comes with like the nature's living skill. Then we have enthuse about plants first calls, give unsolicited plant advice. Those are interactions with like her plant sim trait. And then in terms of small talk, is there anything we can learn here? I was about to say like we can maybe ask about the neighborhood, talk about favorite plant child. Acquire a fable, so that's also something new. she's just gonna do a little bit of talking, and he's gonna just tell a fable about the game. In the meantime, Ivy, what you're doing, you're talking with your dad. I think she is really happy that he came over. Just checking out, maybe dropping off some stuff. I believe that you didn't receive the key, so we'll give it. Okay. So we have two fables, and I do think this is very similar to what you can find from in Hanford on Bagley, like the little favors you can do for the certain like Sims, like the owner of the bar or the mayor of or Kim Goldblum, like the and Akata at the stand. Like I'm trying to remember all the names. Sarah Scott, Lavina, forgot her last name. Kim Goldblum, and then Akata. Oh wow, what's her last name? Akata Crumplebottom and Agnes Crumplebottom. Like you can have like certain, you can ask them for a favor. They will give you like something that they need help with. You offer them a favor, and you will get some stuff and you will get some things. This basically says that we will get 222 simoleons for doing two things called My Sleeping Giant and Rise and Shine. It will be 222 simoleons each. We can do 3 fables similar to what we can do 3 favors in Hanford on Bagley. It says there once stood a gnome taller than a throne, who lost what was once so dear. Away to his garden the walls he did harden, secluded, alone, and in fear. The children came quick, for the gnome they had kicked had locked himself far from their feet. But due to the walls, his plants he enthralled had withered and died from no heat. So could such a sim hear a simple man's whim to waken the beast from within? I'll send you along, you won't need a song, just simply show them compassion. And if we do this, we will obtain fairy dust and wake the great gnome. Oh, I believe so what we have to do is obtain fairy dust and wake the great gnome. I thought this was like the reward, and the reward is a gnome reward trait and end of fable. Then the rise and shine, down by a creek alongside a road, set a house like a true short stack. The man who resides was searching for guides to fix his marriage, which was whack. So during the day he decided to stay and clean up the house and make it shine. But after an hour he took a long shower and stated the mess should be fine. Then, deep in the night, from sparkle or might, the house was made all neat and clean, and when they awoke, that syrupy bloke took credit for scrubbing the scene. So we need to talk to Sims and find a fairy ring to use. So here we can already like see some of the fairies. I wish if you go to this, like you don't have to immediately get thrown with the fairies. Like lore-wise, I think it would have been nice if you only hear about the fairies like if you're in the 2 other neighborhoods, and this is like more not talking about fairy dust and fairy rings. But we will accept the fables. I do like that it's rhyming, actually. I do think it's really cute, like, to have the little rhyme in there. And what does it say? Obtain fairy dust and ask a sim about their fairy beliefs. So I think she's gonna head home. I think she's gonna think, like, in her mind, like, what is this guy talking about? Like, fairy dust and fairy beliefs. Like, it's just some story. Like, it's not much, right? Like, fairies. She knows that this town is like talking about like the fairy rings and that fairies used to like live in this town, and she thinks that it's more of a tourist attraction. I think Ivy feels the same, but she does want to like find more about it. Like she does want to look into it. Like, okay, what is this fairy dust? Like maybe it's some kind of candy, or it's like some kind of thing that looks like fairy dust, but it's just like some sprinkles and it doesn't do anything. Like she doesn't think that there is much of it. Like it's not real fairy dust. She just thinks, it's not real fairy dust. But I am going to just quickly put these kind of things here. I do want to keep this for like flowers and use these two. Actually, I don't want to put it in these planterns. I want to use the planterns for smaller things and then just place our plants over here and to get like a gorgeous plant garden. Then we can place our grape here. What do we have here? We have a basil, so I can put that in the fridge. You go in the fridge. We have a tomato bush, a strawberry bush, and green peas. So we can place down the grape and parsley. Plant those. And I do believe Ivy, she's just here like talking about her dad, maybe like whining a bit. Like, I know I said that I would go with Clover and I am going to be here, but like I don't feel like where do we even need to go? Like, there's no town hall really. I've already checked online. There's not really a town hall with like any information about her family. I've already tried to like do some of the ancestry things because I want to finish this up like quickly. Don't even know like why we had to move here, but I guess Clover really wanted to. She's 23. I do think they got a little bit of money from their parents as well. But she's just like a little bit whining to her dad about like the whole situation. Like, it was his mom. They're also talking about the dad. Like, I do think she's just like a little bit upset that she had to uproot her life, move from Hanford and Bagley, while she might have wanted to move to the city, all because of her grandma. And Clover is gonna come over, like tell her, she's hearing the conversation as she's coming home, like, grandma just wanted for us to like know where we came from, to find, to like know, buy a flower. He's telling that to her, which, oh, as what to buy as a gift for your crush, buy a flower. That is really her. But she's gonna tell, like, this is grandma's wish. Like, I know you don't like it. I know you don't think the same about grandma as I did, but really, like, this looks like, okay, this is their grandma, who is telling their dad, you don't know me, but that's like her son. No, that sounds sketchy. But I feel like she's just telling Ivy, like, you don't know grandma like I did. Like, she really wanted us to, like, know this. So I think you, like, are a little bit overreacting, and it's fine and it's nice. Like, we can learn, like, a new place and we can find, like, some new things out. And it's like a nice adventure, and maybe we will find our feet here. And if we find out, like, you can move otherwise, you could use otherwise to move money to move to Delsil anyways and become like a writer. So don't like really mind it too much. Like, just see it as a nice adventure. And I guess I put the plant a little bit too far in the corner because she's not interacting with it. I'm gonna try to see if she can compliment Pant on photosynthesis this way, because I also want to see like what happens if we talk to the plants. Let's see. It doesn't show anything. I also think it's fine like to see. I don't think we can do it with, no, we can only do it with like the plants specifically from the pack. We cannot do it with all plants. And even not all plants from the pack actually, because okay, Ivy's hyper-focused and she's wooing alone. She's so flirty that she's wooing alone. I'll leave you be after this, girly. Why don't you just take a shower? Yeah, we can only do it with certain plants that you can actually place in the pots. You cannot actually talk to all plants, which would have been nice. I also want to know, like, if we can actually... Ah, okay. So we can also, plant lover, talk to the plants that we've placed down. But it is 4 p.m. It is a Sunday. How is their works tomorrow? She needs to work from 9 to 5. You need to edit and write feedback by Tuesday. I think they're gonna tell their dad, oh, their mom is over here as well, and Felix is over here, and everybody's over here. I believe we have the whole welcome party over here, because there's somebody with fruitcake, and it's actually Karen, which is a nice spin on Karen. So they are going to do a friendly introduction. I think she's gonna do a cheerful introduction. You're too focused to actually do any talking to people, so you're gonna instead, let's see, write. How do I edit documents? You look at, oh, freelancer. I've never actually played with the freelancer writer career. Where is it? Where's actually the freelancer? Oh, freelancer. We need to edit documents and then write feedback reports. So she's just gonna do a little bit of writing. She's not really gonna get focused on that. I said, yeah, we're gonna do some writing. Resume creating report. And she's gonna just do a cheerful introduction. She's gonna invite the Sims in. We're gonna say, come inside. And we also have Holly Alto who is coming over. So we're just gonna invite everybody in. Felix as well. Just everybody come inside. Felix, you're supposed to live in Delsel. Why you're part of the welcome wagon? Come inside. I don't know why Sims who are not living in this neighborhood are part of the welcome wagon. We are also gonna give our mom a residence key. And what I wanted to say is I actually wanted them to go out. But I guess we're just gonna stay here instead. But yeah, we have a little bit of the neighborhood. Like, this is the whole neighborhood. I do want to, like, explore more and go more into the gameplay with the next episode, I think. Like, looking at the time I've been filming and the amount of I've been talking, I want to keep this episode, like, a little bit shorter. The final thing that I want to go over is show their outfits. So we also we'll see those throughout the series, but really go into, like, a little bit more of their characters before I end the episode here. And on the next episode we will really focus on the gameplay and explore a little bit more of the world. So first of all, this is Clover. She is the youngest of the two. I believe, like, she would be right now around like 21 years old, whereas Ivy is probably like 23, 24. There's a little bit of an age difference between the two. Clover is the redhead, which she has from her mom, whereas Ivy, she was originally born as a blonde, but due to her, like, not fitting in, she also decided to change her looks, give herself some piercings, dye her hair, get a tattoo, those kind of things to, like, try to find herself fitting more in her, like, feeling better in her skin. So these are some of Clover's outfits. Like, she is dressing a little bit more cutesy, a little bit more cottagecore. I am going to change this dress real quickly because the exact same swatch that I used on Dawn in my Nature's Calling playthrough of the series. So I feel that I'm gonna use something that's a little bit more pinkish and a little bit more like girly girl. Then we have this, which is more like her garden outfit where she was using her grandma. And then this is her more casual outfit. Then we have formal. We have like something that's really like cutesy and really girly. Like, I feel she's not really like the type who would go to the gym to like do any weights or any like fitness kind of things. I feel like she's more into like the running, the cardio, and wellness. Then for sleep, she has two outfits, like one that I use way too much, but I just really like this outfit. And then this one, which I think is very her. Then for party, it's this cottagecore, which I think looks great on her, and I think it's really her as well. And then we have this, which is the other cottagecore outfit. Swimwear, she has this outfit, which you'll probably see at some point, because you do have some places where you can swim in Innisgreen. Then we have this, which is similar to her party outfit. It is everyday outfit, which I feel is more for like working in the garden again. And then this is her more going out style. And then finally her two cold wear outfits. This with a sweater, which I feel is more her like indoor cold outfit. And her outdoor cold weather outfit. So that's for it for Clover. She has the Master Flower Arranger aspiration. I do think that throughout the series we will change her aspiration to one of the new ones, which will be, let's see, either the Elixir Enthusiast or the Nature Nomad. I do believe like we will do either one of those with her. For now, she doesn't have like a reason to why she wants to switch, why she wants to like do something else in terms of her life. Like she wants to become a florist, she wants to open her own flower shop. So it's not something that she really thinks about switching, but throughout the series she will learn that there are more things to learn, and I do think we will switch her aspiration then. Ivy, she is a little bit more alternative. You can already see here a little bit her tattoo peeking out. She is a chief of mischief, which for now I think is also very suiting of her. She doesn't really want to become friends with Sims anymore. Like she wants to be a little bit more mischievous, not really in a disruptive way, which is why I also haven't given her that trait yet, but maybe I will do it throughout the series depending on how she develops. For now, she's a hothead, genius, bookworm, and a romantic. She does have also a few different outfits, which again are more in the terms of alternative. She has several tattoos. She loves her banties. She loves her piercings. And I think we will see a side of her that she might look feisty, but there's also something sweet inside her if you get to know her. I think she also really dresses like in different colors than what Clover dresses in. I feel like she's a little bit more prickly, hence the name Ivy. But I also think that she just dresses in a way that she is looking a little bit more like an outcast because she feels more like an outcast. So this is like her outfit for sleep, and here you can see like she has these wings that were resembling her wanting to get some freedom. She has this, it's a sternum tattoo I believe, and then you can also see on her hands she also has like on her fingers several tattoos, more like smaller tattoos. This is her party look. It's definitely different from her sister. And then we have this one, which I love like her style. I think like it's so cute. We have her swimwear. She's not the bikini girl kind of, not the bikini girl, but she is more a bathing suit girly. Then we have this outfit on her, which I also love. Like I love the more purple, darker color scheme on her. This one. And then finally for her two hot weather outfits, we have a leather jacket. And we have this like a little bit more coat type of situation. So those are the two girlies. They're definitely different. We have Clover, who's a little bit more outdoorsy, a little bit more cutesy, a little bit more cottagecore. Whereas Ivy is definitely more alternative, a little bit more dark, a little bit more prickly. So I hope you lovelies like the looks. I hope you lovelies are excited for this series. If you do, if you are, click the little like button down below and let me know in the comments what you think of the two girlies, what you think of the house, and what you're looking forward to most in this series. And don't forget, if you want to see your Sims featured in the series, upload it to #GoWhiteSims. It is on the screen right now, so I will add it before the next episode. And if you don't want to miss the next episode of this series and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you also click the little subscribe button down below. And I'll see you lovelies in the next one.